regarding the bicycle storyline, okay, what's important is that you need to know what is your storyline, who are your characters, and then also what is the actual resolution. Okay, so if you look at the overall plot, basically it's about how your main character is cycling, and then after some time he actually gets thirsty. He realizes that he has actually forgotten to bring his water bottle along. So he decides to cycle to the nearest convenience store to buy a drink. Okay, so because he's actually cycling very quickly, he doesn't realize that there is a puddle of water near the convenience store. Okay, regarding this, you can change. So it can be a pothole. It can also be a stray dog, stray cat, and then how you try to avoid the animal. And what happens is that by doing so, you actually hit into the old lady. Okay, so if let's say you choose the puddle of water, then you would say that the tire would skid on the puddle and the bicycle would careen. Okay, so go off course, and then he would fly and he would hit into the old lady. Okay, so this one here regarding the tray of eggs, you can change this accordingly. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a tray of eggs. It can be groceries. It can be all her items in her bag that are like splayed all over the floor. Okay, you can talk about that also. Okay, so what happens is that after that, there's a mess everywhere and the old lady is injured. So you are left with the decision of whether you want to help the old lady or you want to run away from the chaos. Okay, so either option is fine. Okay, so the ending ultimately would depend on whether or not a topic is positive or negative. Okay, so some questions that you should address. Number one, aside from asking why the main character went cycling, it's important to address why the main character had a bicycle at all. Okay, so over here, why did the main character, or rather, how did the main character get the bicycle? Okay, so this one here can be addressed with different points. Okay, number one, it could be because of like good results, he was rewarded. Second one is he could have borrowed a bicycle, the bicycle from his brother. Okay, and then the last one, if it's not good results or any of those, generally speaking, he already has one. Okay, he decides to use this bicycle to go cycling. Okay, so any of these reasons are possible. Yeah, okay, so this one here, I'm just going to leave it as a blank. Okay, any logical reason, as long as it's acceptable, you can use it. Okay, so regarding this, why did the main character actually go cycling? Okay, you can actually say that it was his mode of transport. So maybe you could mention how, for example, it would be to tuition, for school, okay? Or even just something that he does usually, okay? Any of these reasons would be suitable. Just don't mention that it is his only mode of transport, okay? Because you know for a fact that that cannot possibly be true. Okay, he can also walk, can take bus and whatever not, okay? The next part here, maybe it was because it was the weekend. So the main character actually enjoys cycling as exercise. So he decided that he would bring that bicycle out, you know, and enjoy a good old time cycling. Okay, the last one is because it's a present. Okay, so usually if you have ever received something new, there's a kind of novelty surrounding something that is new, right? You'll be dying to like ride it or try it out or whatever not. Okay, so this could be another potential reason as to why the main character actually obtains the bicycle and goes cycling. Okay, so regarding the ending, as with all one storyline approach stories that we use at TTA, what's important is that if let's say the essay topic is positive, then you can say that the main character would stay and help the old lady. If the essay topic is negative, then what you would say is that the main character would run away from the chaotic scene, okay, because he doesn't want to be there anymore. And if let's say the essay topic is neutral, then you can decide for yourself how you would like the story to end. Okay, so all of this is up to you, but what's important is that you have to identify whether or not the topic is actually positive, negative, or neutral, okay, to write it accordingly. So I'm just going to talk about 3 of these topics. I'm not going to go through all. Okay, you already have it on the worksheet. You will be able to identify all of them. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out 3 that I want to talk about. Okay, so number 1, I would like to talk about this one regarding a broken promise. So a broken promise can be written such that you can say that your brother, or rather the brother of the main character, lends him the bicycle. Okay, and he promises his brother, okay, I will take good care of your bicycle. and then, you know, unfortunately an accident happens, it is likely that there will be scratches on the bicycle. It might be spoiled, you know, because maybe he braked too hard at that moment. Okay, so any of this you can describe in order to appropriately write this topic. Okay, this topic is a neutral essay topic because an accident has already occurred either way. Okay, so whether or not the main character wants to run away or not, that's still ultimately up to him. Okay, Ken? Okay, so the next one, let's also talk about, I think, a dilemma. Okay, so this one is also neutral. So if you use an idiom here when you are describing a dilemma, that will be very effective. Okay, so try to make sure that you ponder between both options. If you choose to stay, what will happen? If you choose to leave, what will happen? Okay, try to explain that in detail for this topic to be, for this particular essay to be effective. Okay, and then over here, losing something precious. This one is definitely a negative essay topic because you would talk about how maybe he runs away and in the end, when he gets home, he realizes that he has lost something precious to him. So it can be a wallet, it can be, if it's a girl, a bracelet, a necklace. Okay, it can be anything as long as it's important to the main protagonist. Okay, so ultimately what you want to say here is that they lost something that was important to them, and they also lost their pride because they didn't do what was considered to be right, okay, based on what their parents would have taught them. Okay, so that would be another option. And then if let's say you choose to write about a holiday, okay, a holiday, this one is considered to be, I would say, a positive essay topic because generally speaking, holidays are always like good things, right? Like who doesn't want to go on a good vacation? Okay, so this one here, basically you need to talk about how you went overseas and you decided to rent a bicycle to cycle. Okay, the reason for this, and or rather the location that you choose, okay, I think I would choose either Spain or Amsterdam because they always ride bicycles in those two countries, and it's a better way for you to sightsee. So it makes sense if you write about a holiday based on these two countries. Okay, clear? Okay, so you rented a bicycle and then the rest of the storyline carries on. Okay, so for this one here, an encounter with a stranger, this one is considered to be a neutral essay topic. The reason for this is because the stranger here definitely refers to the elderly lady. Yeah, okay, so this one is a neutral essay topic because it's up to you to decide how you would like to end. Okay, either way, the fact that the main character bumps into the old lady, that in itself is already an encounter with a stranger. Okay, so that's why this topic is a neutral essay topic.